let me ask you something personal, but I know you'll smile the second I say it. Have you ever been in the middle of a heated, passionate moment with a man? Everything's flowing, everything's electric, and suddenly he grabs your legs, lifts them up, and you're left thinking, oh, where did that come from? It happens quickly. 1 second you're in a rhythm, the next second your legs are up in the air, and you're wondering, is this about him? Is this about me? Or is it just one of those things guys do? See, here's the fascinating part. Men don't always explain what they're doing in those moments. They don't stop to say, oh, by the way, the reason I'm raising your legs right now is because... No, they act on instinct. But that instinct comes from something very real, something deeply wired into how men experience passion, connection, and attraction. And I know what some of you are thinking, okay, Matthew, is it just about better angles, or is there actually something deeper going on? Well, here's the truth. It's both. Yes, there's a physical side to it, but there's also a psychological and emotional side that most women don't realize. When a man raises your legs, it's not just a position switch. It's a reflection of what he's feeling in that exact moment. It's his way of getting closer, of heightening the experience, and yes, of showing you something about the way he desires you. So today, I'm going to break this down into 5 powerful reasons why men instinctively raise your legs during sex. And by the end of this video, you won't just understand the what, you'll understand the why. When a man raises your legs during sex, one of the biggest reasons behind it is actually very simple, but also very profound. He's craving a deeper connection with you. Now, most people think of connection as something that happens outside the bedroom, like when you're having dinner together, talking about your dreams, or laughing over an inside joke. And while that's true, connection also has a physical side, and sometimes it's during those passionate, unspoken moments that a man feels the strongest pull to get closer to you. Think about it. When your legs are raised, suddenly the space between you and him feels smaller. There's less distance, less separation, more intensity. He feels enveloped in the experience with you. In his mind, he isn't just with you physically, he's inside a moment that feels almost primal, almost spiritual. And that closeness, that sense of, I'm not just near her, I'm with her, is what makes him instinctively lift your legs. For many men, intimacy isn't about variety tricks or what they've seen in movies. At its core, it's about wanting to fuse with you, wanting to feel like there is no barrier between the two of you. Raising your legs creates that illusion of closeness. It tightens the embrace, it changes the rhythm, and it makes him feel like the two of you are caught up in something that no one else in the world exists in. Here's the thing, men aren't always great at articulating this. If you asked him why he did it, he might shrug and say, I don't know, it just felt right. But what he can't put into words is that in that moment, his brain and his body are chasing connection. He wants to feel you fully. He wants to lose himself in the experience, and he wants you to feel him in the same way. That move, the lifting of your legs, is his subconscious way of deepening intimacy. And this isn't just about the physical sensation. It's about the emotional energy behind it. When a man feels more connected physically, it opens up his emotional side as well. He feels more present, more involved, more engaged. Instead of being distracted or going through the motions, he's locked in on you. You become his focus, his obsession, the only thing that matters in that moment. That's what makes intimacy powerful. It's not just the act, it's the emotional charge that comes with it. So when you think about why he raised your legs, I want you to stop looking at it as just a position change. See it as his body's way of saying, I want to be closer to you. I want us to be as connected as possible right now. And that, ladies, is something incredibly beautiful, because it tells you that what he's experiencing with you is not just desire, it's connection, closeness, and a craving for something deeper than just the physical. Another big reason a man will raise your legs during sex is because it allows him to step into a role that so many men feel drawn to in the bedroom, the role of taking control. And I want to make something clear here. When I say control, I don't mean dominance in a negative sense. I don't mean trying to overpower you or reduce you. I mean control in the sense of guiding the energy, creating structure in the moment, and letting you relax into the experience while he takes the lead. Think about it. Outside of the bedroom, women often carry so much responsibility. You're making decisions, you're taking care of things, you're organizing, you're managing emotions, and the list goes on. But when you're in that private, intimate space with a man, he knows that sometimes you don't want to be in charge. You don't want to be thinking about what's next, how to move, or whether you're doing it right. What you want is to surrender to the moment. And when he raises your legs, it's his way of saying, I've got this. You don't need to think. You don't need to control. Just let go. For men, that sense of leading can be intoxicating. It fuels their masculine energy. It makes them feel purposeful in the moment. By adjusting your body, by shifting you into a position that he knows will heighten both of your experiences, he feels like he's steering the connection towards something electric. It's not about him taking something from you. It's about him creating something with you. And he steps into control because that's the role he feels drawn to play in making the moment unforgettable. Now, here's the subtle but beautiful part. When a man takes control in this way, he's not just expressing his own desire. He's actually giving you permission to let your guard down. He's creating a container where you can stop overthinking, stop performing, and simply feel. That's one of the greatest gifts a man can give you in intimacy. Because for so many women, the mental chatter is loud. Am I doing this right? Do I look good? Does he like this? But when a man confidently takes charge by moving you, positioning you, raising your legs, he quiets that voice. He pulls you into the present. He tells you through his actions, you don't need to worry. Just be here with me. And here's another truth for a man. This act of control is also deeply vulnerable because the second he steps into the lead, he's opening himself up to the possibility that you won't follow, that you won't enjoy it, that you won't match his energy. So when you do surrender, when you do allow him to guide, he feels trusted. He feels like you're giving him a gift too, the gift of your trust. And that's why control, in this sense, is not a power struggle. It's a dance. It's him saying, I'll lead if you let me. And you saying, I trust you enough to let go. So the next time he raises your legs, understand that it's not just about mechanics. It's about him stepping into his masculine, creating a safe and powerful moment and inviting you to surrender. That kind of control is not about taking. It's about giving. And when both of you lean into that energy, that's when intimacy feels electric. Another reason a man instinctively raises your legs during sex is because quite simply it feels incredible for him. Now, men don't always talk about this because they don't want to sound selfish or like they're only focused on their own pleasure. But the truth is, your body and his body are designed in such a way that certain positions naturally create more intense sensations for him. And raising your legs is one of those subtle changes that can completely transform the physical experience. When your legs are lifted, the angle shifts. Suddenly, the way your bodies connect feels different, tighter, deeper, more stimulating. He feels things he wouldn't feel otherwise. And it's not just about intensity, it's about novelty. Even if he's been with you 100 times, the second your legs are raised, it feels new again. It's like pressing a different key on a familiar piano. The song is the same, but the note hits differently, and it wakes something up inside him. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. His pleasure is actually amplified by your reaction. When he feels that extra closeness and intensity, he notices how you respond. The way you breathe, the way your body arches, the sounds you make, those become signals to him that what's happening is exciting not just for him, but for you too. And that makes his pleasure 10 times stronger. Because for men, physical enjoyment is great, but it's your enjoyment that supercharges it. It's your response that tells him, this isn't just working for me, it's working for us. There's also a psychological layer here. When he raises your legs and feels the difference in his own body, it reassures him that he's capable of creating more passion, more fire, more excitement. Men crave that feeling of being able to give you an experience that feels different from anything you've had before. So the heightened pleasure isn't just physical, it's emotional too. It makes him feel powerful, confident, and deeply connected to you. Another thing worth noting is that men, just like women, love variety. Routine can kill passion. And while raising your legs might seem like a small adjustment, for him it's enough to shake up the rhythm, to make the moment feel less predictable, more adventurous. That sense of unpredictability keeps him fully engaged. He's not just coasting through the motions. He's immersed, he's excited, he's present. So when you think about why he does it, don't underestimate the role his own pleasure plays in the decision. It's not selfish, it's instinctive. And ironically, by chasing that heightened sensation for himself, he's actually creating a more powerful experience for both of you. Because the more turned on he is, the more energy he pours into the moment and the more intensity you both share. At the end of the day, When a man raises your legs, it's as much about his enjoyment as it is about yours. But rather than seeing that as self-focused, see it for what it really is, his body and his instincts finding the best way to make the experience unforgettable for both of you. Here's something really important to understand when a man raises your legs during sex. It's not just about what feels good for him, it's also about what feels good for you. In fact, many times he does it instinctively because he knows, whether consciously or unconsciously, that it gives you a completely different experience. It changes the angle, it changes the depth, and it creates sensations that you may not feel in any other position. Now, here's what's fascinating. Men don't always know the science behind this. He's not sitting there thinking, oh yes, by raising her legs at this angle, I'm now stimulating her more effectively. No, it's not that calculated. What he does know is that when he raises your legs, your body reacts differently. Maybe your breath quickens, maybe your sounds change, maybe your eyes close tighter, maybe you grip him more. Those little cues tell him that something about this angle is unlocking more pleasure for you. And once he sees that he wants more of it, men are very responsive creatures in the bedroom. They thrive on feedback. And when you show him through your body language, your sounds, your energy, that this position is giving you more, it actually encourages him to do it even more. He begins to associate raising your legs with pleasing you. And trust me, that is one of the greatest motivators a man can have, because as much as men love their own pleasure, nothing drives them crazier than knowing they're the source of yours. Another part of this is emotional. When a man raises your legs and he sees you responding in ways that you don't in other moments, it makes him feel like he's unlocking a side of you that's reserved just for him. That's powerful. He feels like he's the one who has access to that deeper level of your passion, your vulnerability, and your raw desire, and that more than anything bonds him to you. Think about it this way: intimacy is like a dance. When your partner leads you into a move that makes you light up, that makes your body respond in ways you can't control, the dance becomes magical. It's not just technical anymore. It's emotional, it's alive, it's unforgettable. Rising your legs is like that secret move that turns the dance from ordinary to extraordinary. And here's the kicker: once he realizes how much it amplifies your pleasure, it boosts his confidence and intensifies his attraction to you, because now the two of you are in this feedback loop. You're enjoying more, he feels successful, and because he feels successful, he pours even more energy into giving you pleasure. That's how passion snowballs into something that feels unstoppable. So the next time he raises your legs, don't think of it as just a position change. See it as his attempt to bring you higher, to unlock new sensations, to make you feel things you didn't expect. It's his way of saying, without words, I want to give you more. I want to see you light up. I want you to lose yourself in this moment with me. And that, ladies, is one of the most beautiful reasons why men do it. One of the most overlooked reasons why a man raises your legs during sex is also one of the most meaningful. It's not just about mechanics. It's a pure expression of passion. You see, when two people are intimate, there's a huge difference between going through the motions and being swept away in the moment. And when a man suddenly shifts you, grabs your legs, pulls you closer, or changes the pace, it's often because he's completely caught up in you. He's not thinking about what's logical. He's not planning it out in his head. He's simply acting on raw desire. That's what makes it so powerful. In that instant, he's not trying to impress you with a fancy move. He's not following a script. What he's doing is showing you with his body just how much he wants you. Rising your legs becomes this physical translation of passion. His way of saying, I can't get enough of you. I want you closer, deeper, more intensely than I can even put into words. And here's the beautiful thing: when he does it out of passion, it doesn't feel clinical or calculated. It feels spontaneous. It feels like he's overwhelmed with desire, and the only thing he can do is pull you further into that intensity with him. That kind of energy is contagious. You feel it. You sense that he's not holding back. And in turn, it gives you permission not to hold back either. That's when intimacy transforms from just sex into something unforgettable, a moment where both of you lose track of time and space. Another layer to this is emotional. Passion isn't just about wanting your body. It's about being fully present with you. When he's raising your legs, he's not somewhere else in his head. He's not distracted. He's with you fully immersed, fully locked in. That intensity tells you that you're not just someone he's passing time with, you're someone he's deeply drawn to in that moment. And believe me, Men don't give that kind of energy to just anyone. It also signals vulnerability on his part. Passion is messy, it's raw, it's unpolished. When a man allows himself to express that, it means he feels safe enough with you to let his guard down. He doesn't care if it looks perfect or if it makes sense. He just wants to express how much he desires you. That's one of the clearest signs that he's not just in it for release, but for connection, for closeness, for something that feels alive and real. So the next time you feel him lift your legs, remember, it's not just about mechanics. It's not just about hitting a different angle. It's passion pouring out of him. It's his body saying what his words might not. I'm completely consumed by you. And when you allow yourself to receive that, to respond to it, that's when the intimacy becomes unforgettable. That's when two people don't just make love, they create a moment that neither of them will ever forget. So ladies, let's bring this full circle. The next time you find yourself in that intimate moment and he suddenly raises your legs, I don't want you to see it as just some random move or a trick he picked up somewhere. I want you to recognize it for what it really is. It's about connection because he wants to feel closer to you. It's about control in the best way possible because he wants to guide you and let you relax into the moment. It's about his own pleasure because that intensity excites him and fuels his desire for you. It's about your pleasure because instinctively he wants to unlock sensations that make you lose yourself in him. And most importantly, it's about passion, raw, unfiltered passion that shows you just how much he wants you in that moment. When you see it through that lens, suddenly it's not just a position, it's a language. It's his way of speaking to you without words, of showing you how much you affect him, of proving that intimacy with you isn't just physical, it's emotional, psychological, and deeply human. And here's the real takeaway when you embrace these moments, when you allow yourself to see them not as random, but as intentional, you start to connect with him on a level that makes him crave you more and more. Because passion isn't just about what you do, it's about how you interpret what's being done and how you respond to it. If this opened your eyes, if it gave you a deeper understanding of what's really going on in those intimate moments, make sure you hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to this channel for more powerful insights on love, intimacy, and understanding men.